You know, in sports, we always refer with affection to athletes that have played a lot of games with many, many teams. In hockey, we're looking at Walt McKechnie, Matt Steers in baseball. But did you know that there was a Walt McKechnie, or what do you call him, Matt Steers, of the WHA? Well, I tell you something, I'm very, very pleased to say that this is another suggestion from our good supporter of the channel, Mr. Travis Cook. So, Travis, thank you so much for this request. We're going to talk a little bit about the Magic Man, Ron Ward. Now, Ronald Leon Magic Ward played in the NHL from 70 to 1972 at center for the Leafs and the Canucks. Now, when he moved on from the NHL to the WHA, he played with so many teams. The teams might as well have to be formed to keep up with him. He played, ladies and gentlemen, with 7 WHA teams, and he played so well, in fact, that he became kind of an unofficial star, a hidden star for the association. Now, his big recognition first came with the Cornwall Colts of the OHA B League, where he scored 29 goals in 36 games in 65. Now, he spent the next 2 seasons in the CHL with the Tulsa Oilers. His best season was in 1967 when he had 12 goals. 68 again with Tulsa, but he had 1 game with the Phoenix Roadrunners. Ironically, one of the few WHA team names or teams he never played for. 68 with Tulsa, he had 31 goals. He ended up in Rochester in 69 with 35 goals in 73 games. Now, Toronto called him up in 1970, but unfortunately, his scoring prowess didn't pass on to the NHL. He had 1 assist in 18 games. Sent back to Phoenix and Tulsa, where he scored 14 combined goals in 44 games. Now, with Rochester in 71, he had 23 goals. Did get a call up to Vancouver, the big club, and he had some very, very minuscule totals, only 2 goals and 4 assists in 6 games. So you're saying to yourself, maybe his career is done, but with expansion, WHA needed a whole bunch of great players. Now, in his first season at WHA with the New York Raiders, he was one of the team's best players with 21 goals. Now, 74, he ended up with the Vancouver Blazers and the LA Sharks, and his best success that season was LA, when he scored 14 goals in 40 games. 73-74, he also played with Cleveland, where he had another 19 goals. So again, 33 goals for playing for 3 WHA teams in the same year. Now, his greatest success at WHA, obviously we know this already, was in Cleveland. He had 30 goals in 75, 32 in 76. In his last season in Major Pro, he played with Minnesota Fighting Saints, the Winnipeg Jets, and the Calgary Cowboys, scoring 24 goals in less than 70 games. So WHA totals were tremendous, ladies and gentlemen. 359 games, 140 goals, 210 assists, 350 points. And just like a lot of expat NHL players in the WHA, with the open ice and the great line mates, he wasn't the best scorer in the NHL, obvious reasons, only scoring 2 goals in 89 games. For some reason, the WHA really lit a fire under him, and he became probably one of the strongest second-line players that the WHA had. That wasn't a Hull or Lacroix or a Howe or a Mahovlich or a Henderson. So, but I look at that the Cleveland Crusaders those 3 years. Jerry Cheevers said basically he was glad that there was players like him on the team, because when they were outscored or maybe being outscored, it was always like a 6-5 game or 5-4. It was the players like him that really, really led the way. So, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for listening. This will be a series of podcasts I'll be doing in the next few days on some of the not say forgotten, but the unheralded top forwards of the late 60s, early 70s, and I'm going to throw in a little vintage as well. So if you like what I'm doing, give me a request, a comment, like, and subscribe. There is no monetization with this channel. This is done for the fans as an expansion of my old print column called Sports File. And I do appreciate everybody that's listening. 105,000 page views on the channel. When we first started, we were hoping for 10,000, and that was 100,000 views ago. And like I said, we appreciate everybody because I don't do this alone. My family puts up with me and my deep voice doing these 5-10 minute podcasts, so they should be thanked as well. Have a good day. Bye.